I was born blind, but I could see the true color of souls. Jealous soul is green. A hateful soul is black. I used this gift to help Leon win the
blind,
throne.
Yet I could see through every soul. In my past life, I
Drink it,
used
you
that
blind
gift
wretch.
to crown Leon. He repaid me with poisoned wine, buried my sister alive as queen.
The
and left my
poisoned
body
wine
for
burned
wild
down my
dogs.
throat.
When I
It
woke at the
scorched
ball
my
where
insides.
Princes chose their brides.
My
Leon
husband
had been
gripped my
reborn
jaw.
too.
King
He picked
Leon,
Vanessa and
the newly
mocked
crowned
the
king.
useless
If you hadn't
blind
clung
girl.
to me, you damned
Fine.
harlot, I would have
This
married
time
your
I
sister
choose
Vanessa.
Duke Silas,
She was the
the soul,
true-born daughter
called
of
Crippled,
House Thorn.
that everyone scorns.
She should be the one sitting
legs
beside
are
me,
broken,
living in
but his
luxury.
soul is that of a
Because
true
of
king.
you,
I will
she was
put that
forced
man
to
on the
marry that
throne
mad crown
and
prince.
stand beside him,
He tortured her to
smiling
death
as
in
all
his
who
bed.
wronged me fall.
After I died, he placed Vanessa in my Albiston sarcophagus. He buried her in the royal crypt beneath the cathedral, with all the roots of a queen. My body was wrapped in rough sackcloth. They threw me in a pauper's grave outside Holy Scround. The crows and wild dogs ate what was left of me. He betrayed me. He killed me. Now I had a second chance. I was back at the Hearthtide Ball, the night my family chose my match.
Leon dropped to one knee in front of Vanessa. His face was full of devotion.
I have made my choice. I want only Vanessa as my wife. Vanessa is the love of my life. I want no one else. By the gods, I swear I will take no parizé.
The nobles in the hall turned to me. Their eyes were full of pity and mockery.
Every prince is fighting for the Duke's true-born daughter. No one cares about the blind one. How sad.
What can she expect? She's blind. Even with House Thorn blood, she's damaged goods.
Even Leon the bastard won't have her. What a useless girl. She'll rot away in a clonet.
A white silk band covered my eyes. To everyone, I was just a useless blind girl. Leon was the king's bastard son. His mother was a low-born maid. He had no power, no claim. In my last life, I was his only choice. But now, he walked right past me. He went straight to my beautiful sister. Vanessa's cheeks turned pink. Her eyes drifted between the princes. In my last life, she chose the crown prince, the one most likely to take the throne. But the crown prince was a bloodthirsty madman. He could only get hard when women screamed. She died in his bed. Leon must have been reborn too. He was thinking the same thing. He knelt deeper before Vanessa.
Vanessa, marry me. I swear I will make you the highest lady on this continent.
As he said it, he shot me a sharp look. His eyes were full of warning and disgust. He thought he could take the crown without me, but he didn't know something. I was blind, yet I could see straight through people. My maid helped me stand. I lifted my skirt and gave a small curtsy. I am only a blind, unwanted girl. I am not worthy of a noble prince. My sister and you are a perfect match. Leon raised his eyebrows. Then he laughed.
At least you know your place, blind girl. Even if you crawled and licked my boots, I would never marry you this time.
My old handmaid clutched her handkerchief. Her heart broke for me. She wanted to shout.
Ava can't see, but she can help anyone.
I quickly grabbed her wrist. I cut her off. I looked through my veil. I scanned the princes in the hall. The second prince had a cruel mind. His soul was gray. The fourth prince was a lustful man. His soul was crimson. Compared to them, Leon hid himself the best. Vanessa lifted her chin. She wore a fake, generous smile. Ava, you may take your pick. The princes all chose me. But I am your sister. If you fancy any of them, I'll toss him your way. Her soul flared with a sickly green. It made me want to vomit it. I looked away in disgust.
Of course, if no man will have you. When I become queen, you may come kneel at my feet. You can wash them like a scullery maid.
Just then, a low rumbling sound came closer, the wheels of a chair rolling on stone. I turned my head. A man in a wheeled chair came towards us slowly. He wore a doublet of moonlit silver silk, trimmed with dark sable fur. He looked like a cold winter wind. But the most important thing, he had a heart of clear crystal, and inside that heart burned a pure golden light. That was the soul of a true king. My breath caught. I gripped my skirt tightly. In my last life, I had chosen the wrong man. I helped a piece of trash. I went against the will of the gods. That was why I was poisoned to death. I lifted my hand. I pointed straight past Leon, at the man behind him.
That is the man I will marry.
He was Duke Silas Kalen, warden of the Frost March. He held the strongest army in the kingdom. In his last life, he rode to the borderlands and died in battle defending the common folk. Leon followed my finger. Then he burst out laughing.
Gods above, Ava. What a choice. A blind girl picking a cripple. The blind and the cripple. What a perfect match.
Vanessa let out a fake sigh of pity. Ava, you can't see. You don't know His Grace can only sit in a wheeled chair. Maybe you should pick again?
If no one else will have you, become my handmaid. I'll throw you a scrap of bread out of pity.
I turned my head coldly.
I, Ava Thorne, will never serve as anyone's maid. Save your fake pity, you wretched harlot.
The hall went dead silent. Duke Simus ignored the laughter around him. He turned his chair. He stopped right in front of me. His cold, long fingers gently took my hand. He placed it on his knee, the knee that could feel nothing. He was warning me. His legs were dead. I let my fingers slide softly down his knee. His whole body went stiff. His breath came faster. I stared at his crystal heart, the one glowing with golden light. I leaned in slightly. Your Grace, your legs. I can heal them. Leon's face twisted with jealousy and rage. He let out a sharp, ugly laugh. He pointed at my hand on Simus's knee. He roared.
The betrothal isn't even sealed! Ava, you shameless harlot! He is not your betrothed, and you pour at him like some lust-mad harlot. Gods, I didn't know a blind girl knew anything about healing. Now you boast you can fix his legs? If you fail, the king will cut off your head and mount it on the city gates.
Duke Simus ignored the barking dog. He leaned forward slightly. His voice was low and gentle.
My legs. Can you really heal them?
I curved my lips into a smile. Of course I can. I leaned close to his ear. But it will take a special kind of stimulation. Simus understood at once. His pale hand face flushed bright red, all the way to the tips of his ears. He couldn't even meet my veiled eyes. Beside us, Leon's face was dark. He stared at me and Silas. Deep in his soul, sickly green churned, the color of jealousy. I laughed coldly inside. What did he have to be jealous about? Wasn't he the one who handed me the cup of poisoned wine in my last life, all for Vanessa? After the betrothal lanquet, Leon used his Marys from the last life. He sent Vanessa her favorite jewels and mobiles. It didn't take long. The greedy woman was charmed. This time she didn't hesitate. She abandoned the mad crown rents. She chose the powerless bastard Leon. At the same time, I received a marriage contract from Duke Silas. The Velner was sealed with the wax stamp of House Kalen. His handwriting was strong and bold, just like the man himself, sharp and noble. By chance, his wedding and Vanessa's were set on the same day. The night before the wedding, Vanessa burst into my room with her maids. Her chin was high. She threw a cheap pink rug of coarse wool at my feet.
Ava, you're blind. No noble would ever marry you. Leon and I are kind. We don't mind that you're broken. As long as you obey us, we'll grant you the position of leman. Tomorrow, only one carriage will be prepared for me. You'll wear this rag and run behind carriage to the prince's manor. Remember, you're only a leman. You enter through the servant's back door.
On the wedding day, I didn't even touch that disgusting pink rag. I wore the gown Silik had sent, a dress of fine sapphire silk, covered with diamonds and pearls. When I reached the manor gate, 2 carriages were waiting. One had golden trim. It was pulled by 4 pure white destrans. Vanessa didn't think twice. She lifted her skirt and climbed into the most expensive carriage. The Kalen coachman roared in fury.
Damn you! Get out, you stupid woman! This is Duke Silas' carriage for the new Duchess! The bastard prince's broken cart is the back!
The coachman cracked his whip without mercy. The carriage jerked forward. Vanessa was thrown straight into the mud. Vanessa fell into the puddle. Her carefully staped hair was soaked with dirty water. Leon was riding up to greet his bride. He saw the whole thing. Vanessa squeezed out tears at once. She threw herself into Leon's arms, looking pitiful.
Leon! It hurts so much! Ava is jealous I get to be your true wife. She told the coachman to humiliate me on purpose. Ava, you misunderstand. Leon and I love each other truly. I begged him for a long time before he agreed to take you in as a Limon. You can't take revenge on us for this. But how could the gods allow such a vile blind girl to exist? Leonen is willing to take her as a lem. She should be grateful.
Right, framing her own sister on her wedding day. What a damned harlot!
Leon's face went dark. His soul turned a sicking black, full of pure hatred for me. He pushed Vanessa behind him.
Roar!
He drew his longsword and pointed at me, roaring.
Ava! What right do you have to wear that noble sapphire wedding gown? You think this is your last life? Do you think you can still be my princess? In this life, my only wife is Vanessa. If you don't want me to cut off your head, take that gown right now.
I clearly saw the cruel, smug smile on Vanessa's face. I stood my ground. I did not back down.
Leon, in this life, I won't be there to save you. Tonight, your wedding night will be the night you go to the hells! Vanessa shrieked. Gods above. Ava, have you gone mad? Just because you couldn't be his princess and turned love into hate, you can't curse his highness like this?
Leon waved his hand in fury.
Seize this insolent blind girl! I'll cut out her tongue!
Several strong royal knights moved toward me.
You dare touch the wife of Duke Silas? Do you not fear death?
Leon laughed wildly.
Duke Silas hasn't even shown up. He's just toying with you, blind girl. How could he ever truly marry you? Ava, kneel down right now and lick the mud off Vanessa's shoes. I'll be merciful and let you remain my leman.
I clenched my teeth. Just then, a cold and crushing voice came from behind the knights.
Who dares to touch my Duchess?
Duke Simus appeared from the crowd, slowly, in his wheeled chair. He wore a doublet of dark crimson velvet. He looked like a handsome god come down to earth. Next to him, Leon, who had just been swaggering, suddenly looked like a foolish clown. Silas rolled his chair to my side. He gripped my hand tightly.
Forgive me, I came late. I let you suffer.
His voice was full of warmth. Feeling the heat of his palm, the cold inside were melted away at once. Simus looked up at Leonon.
Just now, who told my wife to kneel?
He coldly gave the order to the black guard behind him.
Break his legs.
Leon's face changed. He forced himself to draw his sword.
I am a prince of the kingdom. Who dares to touch me?
Silas gave a scornful little laugh.
A useless prince without even a field, daring to bully my woman? And wanting her as your lemon?
Leon felt the deepest shame. He gritted the teeth and roared.
I'm only out of favor for now. One day, I will make you all kneel and beg me. Ava, you missed your chance to be my Leon. Even if you cry and beg me later, it won't matter.
Looking at the foolish, arrogant color of Leon's soul, I scoffed out loud. Leon thought he was destined for the throne. He thought the crown was his by fate. But the fool didn't know. In our last life, if I hadn't blocked all those assassinations for him, he would have died in some gutter long ago. He should pray that he survives tonight. Late at night, candles flickered in the bedchamber. I sat across from Simus. We drank the red wine in our cups. I crossed the room and stopped in front of him. Duke Silas, I promise to heal your legs. His fingers paused on the rim of his cup.
Yes.
I straightened up. The candlelight caught the sapphire silk of my gown. I lifted my skirt. I climbed onto his lap. The wedding gown spread out between us. A great wave of sapphire silk. Silas. I leaned close to his ear. Under this gown I am wearing nothing. He sucked in a sharp breath.
Gods have mercy.
I grabbed his hand. I pressed it against the bare skin of my inner thigh. His fingers were burning hot, like a band. I guided that hand upward, past the edge of my garter, past hot, wet skin, until his fingertips touched the place that was already swoped for him.
Ava.
Touch me. I bit his earlobe. You said you wanted to heal your legs. First, prove that you can move. His throat